You good over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, good.
You all please join me, pledge of allegiance.
Sorry.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call?
Ms. Smith,
I didn't hear you.
Ms. Smith,
Here.
Mr. Buda.
Here.
Mr. Rubin.
Here.
Mr. Esposito.
Here.
Supervisor Williams.
Here. Somebody like to audit the bills?
Sure. We have abstract number 21, dated November 7th, 2025, in the amount of $265,327.67. So
Second. Starting to sound like me. Thank you. All in favor?
I we also have abstract number 22, dated November 12th, 2025, in the amount of $60,000. Make a motion to move abstract number 22A. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, budget trip.
Budget
Yes,
transfers.
be me again. We have budget transfer request number 34, dated November 19th, 2025. This budget transfer is necessary to reallocate funds to the general fund code enforcement contractual account to adjust for additional charges of the Knox box and survey. So we'll be decreasing the control of dogs contractual by $1,000, the control of dogs shelter agreement by $1,300, and the code enforcement training by $700, and we will be increasing the code enforcement contractual by $3,000. I'll make a motion to approve budget transfer request number 34. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
It's
so
on
I
hold.
will ski roll.
Yeah, you go.
Getting there.
Let's entertain someone.
So we have a memo from the Office of the Comptroller. And we have vacation buyout requests from the CSCA, sorry, one side, the other side, this side, that side. The CSCA contract, which is the Highway Department workers, and we have 3 of those employees that would like to take advantage of the 2025 vacation buyout request. So I'd like to make a motion to approve 3 of the employees. We have Steve Zenner, which will be taking 80 hours of a buyout from his vacation time. We have Tim Whalen, who will be taking 3 weeks, which is equal to 15 days of his vacation time. And we have Stephen Donaghy which will be taking 20 hours of his vacation time buyout. So we'll make a motion to approve Donaghy, Whalen, and Center in the amount mentioned. So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Okay, offering the employees the vacation buyout. We also have general fund full-time employees that work within the town hall that are not part of the CSCA that we would like to approve the general fund time employees to buy out any available vacation accrual to be allowed to cash out up to 2 weeks of available vacation accruals in the first payroll of December. So I'd like to make a motion to approve any of the general fund employees to take advantage of this vacation buyout request within the first week of December. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so with that being said, that we have all of these vacation buyouts, we are going to need to transfer money to reallocate these funds for the 2025 general fund vacation buyout accounts and approved them in the year-end investments. So this is quite long. I'm sorry. Meg, make sure you pay attention.
Yeah.
We're gonna test you after. So we will be taking from the town clerk personnel services, $5,000. Personal services, $2,500. Justice Court Building, personal services, $1,266. The Fire Code Officer Personal Services, $7,839. The Recreation Center Personnel Services, $7,285. The Zoning Board Personal Services, $1,767, and the Planning Board's Personal Services, $3,830. And we will be moving all of that to Town Board Personal Services, $2,980, Justice Court Personal Services, $2,500, Accounting Personal Services, $6,272, Assessors Personal Services, $2,103, Town Hall Buildings Personal Services, $2,663, Code Enforcement Personal Services, $5,736, Superintendent Highway Administrative Personal Services, $1,636, and the Planner Personal Services, $5,597. So I will now make a motion to approve 2025 budget transfer request number 33, effective date November 19th, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, is that good? We
Great.
did that? Oh, so where are we now? Recreation requests. We have a memo from Mr. Matt Chavarro. He'd like to hire Anya Wamba as a recreation assistant for the Town of Patterson Recreation Department. Anya has some previous recreation experience for her timing that she spent in the sports special needs programming in Kent and as well as in our VIP programs. So I'd like to welcome Anya and make a motion to approve her at the rate of $15.50 per hour. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have a non-bid procurement request form for the Patterson Recreation Department for 4-foot by 6-foot banners. We needed 5 of them and 7 2-foot by 3-foot banners. The low bidder that came in was Extreme Designs in the amount of $810. So I will make a motion to approve Extreme Designs in the amount of $810. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, I hope you guys do your agenda items just as quickly as I can. Had an extra cup of coffee today. All right. So we have a resolution here, and this is for some, excuse me, it's advanced life support, the advanced life support intercept agreement between the Town of Patterson, Empress Ambulance Service. So we have a resolution here to approve the BLS Joint Ambulance Services Agreement. Town of Patterson EMS is responsible for providing the basic life support and ambulance transportation to the town residents and visitors. And the County of Putnam has entered into an agreement with Empress Ambulance Service to provide us the advanced life support. The town desires to cooperate with Empress Ambulance Service to jointly bill for BLS and ALS services. So I would like to make a motion and enter into the record as though read this resolution for ALS and BLS joint ambulance service agreement. So
Second. There's a slight, just so everybody knows, there's a very slight increase this year. So the new flat rate for ALS service that we're billing is $312.50. All in favor?
I,
Aye. So, Joe. Okay. Hey. Joe.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, this
The
Joe,
other Joe.
this Joe. Okay, I won't read mine until I'll read mine and he'll come up.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll read mine and then Joel will give us more information. So we have a request here from the Patterson Fire Department. They want to do some refurbishment of engine number 22-2-3 at the cost of $370,000. They hope that it will prolong the life an additional 10 to 15 years, and I think Chief Pignatelli is here to tell us more about that.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
So specifically, I guess I'll speak on the refurbishment, the prolong of life. So being that besides the new ladder truck that is coming, which will obviously be the newest apparatus, the next one after that would be the pumper tanker we built back in 2021. And before that is the rescue at 2009. The engine apparatus that is the 22-2-3 is currently a 2000. Being that said, refurbishing it. We're looking to hopefully get roughly from this point, which we're looking to end somewhere in 2026. We're on the scheduling process right now. So roughly 10, 15 years is a good guesstimate. Being that said, the reason we kind of came to that thought process was that engine was originally designed for Station 2 off of Bowl. Obviously, I mean, not sure obviously, but I joined the department back in 2012. And from my understanding from before my time is it kind of came down to Station 1 as a first two apparatus around the 2010 era. So for the first 10 years of that engine's lifespan in 2000, not that Station 2 seems a whole lot of calls, but 90% of our members respond out of Station 1. That being so. So the engine's kind of, how do I put this, work over the years has kind of been minimal compared to like 2.5, which we currently still have, which is another engine that will eventually have to be replaced at some point in time, or the tanker that we have, which is 2242, which is 1998. So kind of looking at everything over the last, I'll say as I came up the ranks as captain through so on forth and doing work and repairs to the specific engine has been minimal. That being said, I would assume goes back to the first 10 years of its lifespan, not really running as hard as the rest of the apparatus. So looking at refurbishment was kind of a thought process of looking to kind of save the town some money. We understand that these things, as we all saw with the ladder, these things aren't getting any cheaper as days go on. And hopefully once this thing is refurbed and improved and we get the money, that it was going to go back up to the substation where it was designed and built for and live. So that's why the guesstimate is the 10 to 15. Other than that, I don't know if you guys have any additional questions.
Chief, can you explain what a refurbishment does to the vehicle? I mean, is it engine work? Is it apparatus work? What is entailed in this refurbishment?
So for us in particular for this engine, we kind of went with a D all the above. It's kind of an a la carte type of thing.
Okay.
We kind of went through, so we have obviously an annual maintenance provider that comes through once a year and does a complete annual service on all our apparatus. Mechanically, on top of that, so for us, it's going to include all the mechanical, which is roughly about $30,000 of that estimated cost. So obviously, we can't guarantee 2-3 years from now, what I mean, a sway bar goes or something like that. That's just something, right? We're looking at everything now into the rig. One of the biggest ticket items currently, as the rig sits out of service right now, is the coolant system. Because the truck's older, it needs a whole new radiator and coolant system. So that's one of the bigger ticketed items for that mechanical refurbishment. For us, it's paint. The rig's been chipping away, not rusting on the outside of the body, but chipping away just so it's for the lifespan and how long we've had it. Paint, we are adding some new safety features to it, upgrading the lighting, being one of them. The new required reflective on the back of the apparatus, some safety upgrades, and as well as we're kind of, I shouldn't say. So we're kind of making a little bit more than just an engine being that's coming out of that substation. I don't know if you all remember the DOT work that happened on 311, kind of divided our little response up to 84. So in that kind of short-term process, we have some additional set of rescue tools that we put on the utility we have coming out of the substation. So we are also kind of designing the rig slightly with the compartments that we have to hold two of these tools to have a quicker, faster response to that side of the district for motor vehicle accidents and 84, as opposed to, which we all know, our rescue comes out of our main station here. Besides lighting, wiring, it's more so just upgrading all the interior. We have a lot of old, like cushion type center stuff that's just ripping, pulling away, becoming a safety issue. Things are getting hung up, so that's all coming back to the newer style where it kind of gets like lined with a spray liner as opposed to having all that stuff. And then it goes through all the pump. They're going through all the pump, packing anything that's leaking, needs seal, stuff like that. They're rerunning through the pump, replacing any of that stuff, which then it'll get retested once it's completed. And those are really like the four major things.
And where does the rig get sent for that specialized work? For a place that builds engines?
Yes. So for this particular refurb, we decided to go with Suffin, which was the original manufacturer of the engine. Refurbishing is kind of hard. Not too many people want to touch it, especially an apparatus that old. So it's going back to Suffin out in Pennsylvania, their factory.
And what would, for our and for the audience's edification, what would the cost of that rig be estimated new if you were buying it in 2026? Set up the way it is, or the way it will be?
So talking to, like the last manufacturer we used was Spartan and Suffolk, obviously the current manufacturer of that one. They've both been, very good to us over the years with the apparatus we have. Talking to them, current replacement of the apparatus, we're looking at anywhere from $1 million to 1.2. Just because, and that's just based on what that rig has. So that rig currently holds 1,500 gallons of water, as opposed to most, it's an engine tanker. Most straight engines just run 1,000. So, it kind of adds a little bit to the money cost there.
Motor and drivetrain are all in good condition on that? Doing anything with it with the refurbishment?
Just as far as the cooling system and the radiator,
Yeah.
we have a couple like seals leaking, as far as like the actual like axle and other stuff, but it's quick, easy stuff fix. The major mechanical issue is the cooling system. Like I said, currently right now, the rig it's been out of service for the last couple of months and we haven't ran it since.
And you do have 2 other engine tankers to rely on as well.
Yep, second one is currently out of service, getting repaired for about another, roughly, I want to say 5 to 7.
Okay, so you have 1.
So you have 1 pumper and you have 1 engine tanker right now, the new one and 2225, which is 1,000 gallon pump. Yeah.
Okay.
The years are going by and I mean, we're running these things hard even though for the, I'll say compared to paid agencies, the minimum amount of calls we get. Just they're reaching their life expectancy and the repairs numbers just keep going up and up and up on these things. Every year I'm dumping thousands into them.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Anybody else have any other questions?
No, actually, you know what? I'm just curious, if there's any mention of electric, if they're trying to push those fire apparatus toward electric.
So there are places like California and some places like Seattle. I've already heard some issues. But I wouldn't see it here.
But no mention of any like
They're not
mandates coming
forcing
down
us.
from the state,
No.
like they're doing with the buses.
Yeah, no, they're not forcing us yet. The only thing they're forcing us to do, which I mean really doesn't matter for you guys as the town board, but like for our geared equipment, they want us to have separate compartments labeled for stuff. So after fires, whole cancer prevention, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
So that's what newer apparatus do.
Yeah,
We're able to get away with it. With
Yeah.
the refurbishment of this one, but
yeah, because that's refurbishment is something that I'm looking at now for the buses to try to get them to last a little longer, so we don't have to replace them with an electric vehicle. And I was just wondering if that was where you guys were going with that, but.
yeah, no, there's nothing as far as that end for us being pushed on.
Is there any thought of movement, once that apparatus is refurbished, would you swap it out with one of the ones that may not have as less time in the main station, or no?
No, so right now that engine that to be refurbished was running as one of our first use out of the main station here until we got the new one back in 21.
Okay.
I'm putting that back up at the substation just because it was originally designed for that area.
Okay.
The amount of water it has, the short length that it is, and also the by its time, like I said, 90% of our membership responds down here.
Right.
So you're talking like a 2 to 1, maybe a 3 to 1 call average. It gets out at that side.
There's no advantage longevity wise to swap it out with.
No, it would just tack onto it more here, and then I'm putting.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to refurb, extend, and hold the extension on it.
Got
you
it.
know what I'm saying? So,
Right. That's what gets you to the 10 to 15 years.
Yes.
The less use.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I bring it back down here. I mean, granted, obviously we ran into a jam like we are now. Like I had that engine that normally sits at the substation down.
Sure.
The tanker's out. Like yes, we have to do what we have to do.
Got it.
We'll move stuff around in the meantime, obviously, to make sure we provide the best service that we can. But
Good.
yeah, I want to. Our goal is to make sure that this definitely lasts as much as long as we need to.
Well, Chief, I want to say, I want to really appreciate your coming up with new and innovative ways to save money with the department. I know everything is rising in costs and more so with the fire service. So any way we can help out the taxpayers is a real godsend for all of us. So thank you.
No, absolutely.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks.
You're up. Thank you.
So we're good on this?
You want to
Okay.
make a motion to approve?
Sure. So after all that, everybody's good. I make a motion to approve the Patterson Fire Department's request for $370,000 to refurbish 22-2-3. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And on this one, now that I have on the Patterson,
So Patterson, we're gonna table.
we're gonna table. it.
All right, so for everybody, we were going to set the public hearings tonight for the fire department contracts. I had a meeting today with the leadership of the Patterson Fire Department. They currently are on a different fiscal year. Their fiscal year runs April 1st to March 31st. They are looking to change to a calendar year. And that has implications for the contract, so we have to work out a slightly different contract for Patterson, so. Stay away. Bucket Lake should be good, I hope.
All right, so then I have a notice of hearing, 2026 contract for the fire department, Putnam Lake part of Putnam Lake Fire Department. Let's see, public notice is hereby given that the town board of Patterson will hold a public hearing in consideration of contracting with the Putnam Lake Fire Department. That hearing will take place December 3rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. right here in this building. We're looking at $572,656. So anyone's got anything on that with them? So then I make a motion to ask the town clerk to publish this notice. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Peter,
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2026 town board meeting schedule as well as the town holiday schedule. There'll be 24 regular scheduled meetings of the town board, and there's 14 holidays next year. Make a motion to approve those two schedules. So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
There is an available opening on the BAR.
Yes.
Okay.
Two, I think.
So the Board of Assessment Review, we'd like to appoint someone tonight. I'd like to introduce a resolution to appoint Jennifer Baumgartner to the Board of Assessment Review to fill the term ending September 30th, 2027. I'd like to ask that this resolution be entered into the minutes as though read. If there's no objection, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
The town board held an emergency meeting on November 11th of this year, where we discussed the purchasing the current ambulance at the fire department for our EMS department. And we all agreed that we should do that because of the cost savings of buying a whole new rig for the EMS. So I'd like to ask to approve,
We've already approved it. We just.
well, the transfer, right?
We've already,
Okay,
we've already done that. We
Okay.
just need to let everybody know that we did that.
okay. So what we did is on the 11th, budget transfer 32 for 2005. We decreased the contingency account by $59,200, and we increased the ambulance equipment and capital outlay by $59,200.
Chief, I'd just like to ask you to express the board's thanks for the fire department working with us on getting that taken care of. It went very, very smoothly, so thank you.
Okay, next item we have, as much as we don't want to think about snow coming, I'm sure that it is. So we have to do our snow and ice removal for our special districts and sidewalks for the Patterson Hamlet. We had put out an invitation for bids, and the low bidder was Regional Property Maintenance LLC. And the amount this year will be a lump sum payment of $19,900 between December 14th, 2025 and March 14th, 2026. Outside of those times, if we have a storm, so prior to December 14th or after March 14th, it will be $1,000 per storm. So without objection, I'd like to introduce this resolution approving this contract and ask that it be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item, every year, the town is invited to the Association of Towns Annual Meeting. It will be February 15th through the 18th, 2026. Our very own Mary Delanoy, a receiver of taxes, is graciously offered to be our liaison and representative of the town of Patterson, and we appreciate that. She does an amazing and outstanding job every year on representing the town of Patterson. In order to allow Mary to be in that position as the representative, we need to do a resolution for appointment as the delegate to the Association of Towns for their 2026 annual meeting. So without objection, I will enter this resolution and ask that it be entered into the record as though read, appointing Ms. Delanoy. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mary. And next, we have two resignations. The first, many of you know our fire inspector, Vinnie Monturo, who has been with the town for many, many years, an exceptional person, great member of our community. His family was involved in so many different things, I can't even begin to list them. They have moved down south, and he is now finally to join his family in the Carolinas. So Vinnie wants to express to all that his time in Patterson as fire inspector is filled with great memories, smiles, because of the people that work within the walls of Town Hall. And he's asking that his resignation be effective today. So we want to thank Vinnie for many years in keeping our community in Patterson safe, being a wonderful fire inspector, and I will ask that we approve this resignation. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we also have a resignation by Miss Jenny Nasarino for the Zoning Board of Appeals that would be effective December 31st, 2025. Jenny also is planning on spending more time with her family and moving on from this position. So we want to thank Jenny also for her time serving Patterson, especially most recently in this position on the ZBA. And I'll ask that we accept Miss Nasarino's resignation effective the 31st of the year. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
When I started on the planning board, Jenny was the secretary to the supervisor. Jenny and I have worked together now for God only knows 25 years.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna miss her. She was, there was always somebody I could reach out and talk to about a variety of issues.
Thank you for your service, Jenny.
Yes. All right, you're done, right?
Mhm.
Okay, first up on my agenda is a license agreement that I've drafted. It's before the town attorney to take a look at. I've also sent it to the fire departments. It's a licensing agreement that would allow the town to put the two digital message boards, one each on the fire department properties. We've talked about the digital message boards, and it's come time that, you know, we need to make the purchase and work out the details with the fire department. I don't expect anyone to have any comments on it, but, you know, I'm glad to see representatives of the fire department here, so you can be aware, because I'm still waiting for comments back from the fire department. Other than, yeah, just go do it. And I want to give the town board an update on the website. You know, after we had our work session, I sat down and I went through our website layout. And I put this together so everybody can take a look at it. It kind of lays out exactly how our website flows through everything. And I want to make sure that, you know, as we move forward with trying to build a new website, whoever is going to do that, which we still haven't made a decision on, that they have the correct information about how this is going to work. And it basically follows what we have here with a couple of tweaks. So if you can take a look at that, give me any comments back so we can move this forward. Along those same lines, I received from the town clerk individual who was interested in actually redesigning our website, and she submitted a proposal. It's very intriguing. I've had a couple of conversations with her. I've been very impressed with her so far with her responses and what she is looking to do. So I would ask you to take a look at that. If you look at the price, which is on the next to the last page, that's the only thing that gives me a little bit of pause. Not because it's so much money, because it's so little money. So,
Brand new business too. It's only a
yeah, it is.
2-year-old business. So
But she
Young.
gives some references as to websites. I don't know if any of you had a chance yet to take a look at them.
take a look.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting. So, cool. All right. Not that we're giving up our current website, but. All right, and last on my agenda is a local law that we have a new local law we need to get on the books. It's local law I-2, and it provides for a hotel occupancy tax. So without objection, I would like to introduce this resolution and ask that it be entered into the record as the read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. That is it for the main agenda. Of course, there's always other business. We did have a couple of things come in today that I hope the board would entertain taking care of. One of them, we've been working for quite some time trying to get an intermunicipal agreement with the county for the sharing of sales tax. We had a Zoom meeting, which our town attorney Jamie participated in and convinced them that we needed some changes to the original agreement, which they've made.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we have an agreement and we need to get this done because the agreement actually starts December 1st. We don't have another meeting in the. So without objection, I'd like to introduce this resolution for an intermunicipal agreement for the sharing of sales tax with Putnam County. It's not like we're getting a tremendous amount, but every little bit helps. We get 1/9 of 1% split between all the municipalities. So, and ask that it be entered into the record as though read. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And the other thing that came up today was Veterans Park. I don't know if anybody has had a chance to get out there, but they got the paving done out there. But in prepping, they found that they needed to purchase quite a bit of item 4. And our park caretaker did the prep work on his time. So thanks to Tim for all the hard work he does out there. But they purchased $9,339.57 worth of item 4. So I'd like to move this resolution authorizing the purchase of the item 4 and has to be entered into the record of code red.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
That's over 500 tons. I hope he wasn't spreading that stuff without a good machine.
It was spread out. We have a little bit of.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for me. Anybody, any town board, any other business they wish to bring up in this event? Public recognition, anybody here in the audience tonight? Make any comments or ask any questions? They will all jump up at once. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Hello.
Angela, 550 Route 164. The Patterson Community Church will be selling trees this year. The firehouse is not, so that'll be the place in town to get them. We unloaded 158 trees last night that were actually covered in snow from Vermont as well. But they are starting to sell the Friday after Thanksgiving. They'll be there all day. And then going forward, Fridays 4 to 8, Saturday 9 to 8 at night, and Sunday 11 to 4. So if you know anybody looking for a tree, please send them down to the church.
Thank you, thank you.
Rachel Roberts, 533 Lakeshore Drive. This Sunday is the Patterson Community Church's Community Kitchen Community Luncheon. As the 4th Sunday of every month. We'll be serving a variety of soups this week. Okay. And also, the community kitchen will be open for Thanksgiving Day. We'll be there from around 11 o'clock, and we'll be serving food from 3 to 5 p.m. So we invite people to come down anytime, hang out, help, and just enjoy community and friendship.
Great, very
Thank
nice.
you.
A couple of things about the kitchen too, because I try to tell everybody about it. Some people are like, well, I don't really, I don't want to take a meal from somebody else, or I don't, I don't. Send people down. If you have a neighbor that doesn't get out, you know somebody that might need a meal or 2 or 3, we'll send them home with a couple servings. So, just tell everybody, stop in, come say hi. It's a great opportunity to not just have a good meal, but to sit with neighbors.
What's the time of the luncheon, please?
The luncheon
Again?
is from 12 to 2
Thank
every
you.
4th Sunday. The Saturday before, we're usually prepping from like 10 to 2.
Okay. And Thanksgiving was 3 to 5, you said?
I'm sorry,
Thanksgiving was 3 to 5?
3 to 5.
Okay.
Dinner will be served from 3 to 5, but we'll be there all day, so.
Great, thank you.
All right, great, thank you.
You said that's the fourth Sunday every month?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
George Disrael, I'm representing the Government Outreach Committee with the Patterson Library. So I have no flash cards, just a couple of things. I'm not going to talk about programs. I am going to talk about some drop-in sessions that we have, some of which you may be aware of that take place at the library on a pretty regular basis that you can just look up to on our website. We have Medicare drop-in help. We have a representative who comes in, Medicare and Medicaid questions and answers. We have Veteran Services help. Richard Buck, who I know you're familiar with, assists veterans navigating and assessing what needs they have. We have Open Tech help. Answer your basic computer and tech questions. They do not do repairs, but they will answer your questions. And we have New York State Health Insurance Help. We have a licensed New York State Health Insurance Navigator who comes in twice a month to help people with that. We have some college prep help. If you've ever gone through the process of going through that whole college admissions and financial stuff, we have somebody who comes in there. And just a reminder, we do have notary services that are available for free. And I saved the best for last. There is a Patterson Christmas Festival on Saturday, December 13th from 2 to 6. It's being jointly sponsored by the Patterson Fire Department, Peterson's Greenhouse, Cartwright Daughters, Party Rental, and the library. And it's from 2 to 6. At 2 p.m., the Patterson Library has an open house and a ribbon cutting ceremony. You know that we had a renovation and we're like 95% there. So there'll be some invitations sent out, I'm sure, for those dignitaries, those of you who sit in the front row. At 1 o'clock, there's going to be a sing-along with the Mad Hatters Chorus and a vendor market outdoors, so wear a jacket. Over by the Patterson Greenhouse lawn. 1:45, there's a holiday parade along Route 311 to the Patterson Library. And at 5:30, there's a tree lighting at Patterson Greenhouse's lawn. There's children's craft, live petting animals, vendors, food trucks, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, U.S. Marines toys for tot collections and more. And thank you to the fire department for allowing everybody to be able to park over there. So that again is Saturday, December 13th from 2 to 6. Please visit the website to see what available programs there are that might interest you. Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thanks,
Thank you.
George.
Meg Kearney, I'm here for 3 different people. So the first one is the Putnam Lake Park District. We wrote an end of season report we would like to be sent to the community. I have it for the town. We would like to be able to do a bulk mailing to our residents. And this Friday, at the rec, we have our holiday kickoff event. It's from 5:30 to 8:30. The weather has changed, no rain. We have food trucks, we have vendors, we're gonna have horse and buggy, it's live animals, so we hope everybody will come out and support this endeavor. For the VFW, we have Ragamuffin Day. And that's on Thanksgiving morning at 10 o'clock. It's open to the entire community. Santa comes. The children can dress in costumes. They all leave with the toys. So it's a really nice way to start an event. And lastly, the Recreation Center is doing Breakfast with Santa, and that is on Saturday, December 13th. At 10 in the morning, you must register online. It's $10 a person, children under 2 are free, 2 and under are free. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meg.
Stacy Dumont, Bullet Hole Road. Do you have an amount, Rich, on the sales tax share? Each municipality?
So, we have a best guess estimate that it's gonna be around $230,000 a year. But, we're waiting to see,
Okay.
all right,
Okay.
because there's a lot of variables in this and, we did, so I did see something published in the paper, which I was a little surprised at.
Okay.
Because they didn't give it to the towns before they put it in paper.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? I would ask anybody joining us by Zoom tonight, if there's anyone on our Zoom call that has any questions or comments that you wish to address with the board, if you would please unmute, state your name for the record and address. All right, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?